right. Let me put it near my face.
As usual.
It's so natural to me.
I guess we're recording now, right?
This is for you.
Yeah, I have to get in character.
All right, Adam.
Oh, hey.
Kick it off.
We have intro music?
I hope we did a good job.
I think so. I hope so too.
Hello and welcome to another episode of In Our Honest Opinion. I am Will, and joining me as usual is...
I am Marvin, and join me as usual is...
Oh, I didn't even know we were doing this. Adam.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
This week, you've got at least two, maybe three hosts. We'll find out.
What is that?
2.5.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was somebody taking a whiz.
Men.
That's all right. I'll let that go. But we're going to talk about Love and Thunder. We're going to talk about Alita. We're going to see whether Halloween kills or ends. Zombieland, James Wan stuff, Mighty Morphin, Power It, and Del Toro gets a TMNT live-action Stranger spoiler things. Does that make sense? It
Star
will
Wars.
at the end of the episode. But before we get into all that, Marvin, educate the people.
Wait, did Adam want to do it?
Oh, did Adam? Adam, you going to do it?
All right. Well, if you have a free moment, stop by, give us a review or a review anywhere.
Anywhere.
iTunes, or Apple Podcasts, excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can keep doing what we do.
Yeah.
And we can get those digital hugs.
I hope he did a good job.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
I hope so too.
Fingers crossed. Remember, though, you can always find us at inouronestopinion.com, where you can find all the links for all the fun stuff, or over on Instagram at IOHO_podcast.
Yeah.
So let's start this off with something pretty simple. It Chapter 2.
Yes.
Right? You know, I don't even have my headphones in now that I think about it.
Oh, neither do I.
So,
Did you just say Mira?
did I?
I think so. I think you just told me to look in Spanish. Oh my God, this is weird now.
Oh, well, I hope I did. We're gonna have to go back and listen to
Yeah.
that. So, anyways, It Chapter 2.
Deuce.
It Ends is all over the posters or whatever. You finally got to see it, right?
Yes, I saw it last summer.
And this is just a refresh of those who didn't know. Enjoyed it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And we're fans of the original. Mm-hmm. Right? So
Scared the crap out of me as a child.
It really did, though.
Tim Curry, man.
Yeah, he did a good job
I
with
think
that.
he was more creepy than Skarsgård.
Do you think so?
I think something about Tim Curry, man. He's just creepy.
It's the voice for sure. So here's the thing. Maybe he's a little creepier. But what's crazy is that I actually like both.
Yeah, they're both good in their own regards.
Yeah, and I remember when we first saw like the art, or not art, but the photos for what's his name dressed up as
Skarsgård?
Pennywise? Skarsgård, yeah. And it's a different clown. You know what I mean? That's the more classic look as opposed to I think the more traditional.
Yeah.
That we're used to. And so I remember thinking to myself, like, all right, I mean, it's a different look. I don't really know how creepy that's going to come out. But sure enough, it worked. And Skarsgård with the whole, cockeyed like thing and excessive drooling.
Yeah.
I think he did a really good job with that.
And he can actually independently move his eyes like that.
You know what?
What?
I was about to say, my mic's not on.
Oh, it's
But
on.
it is.
I'm watching it.
What the heck's my watch doing? All right. But the trailer, recently we spoke about it. Right?
Yeah.
And we spoke about how... what was it that he did? The dancing lady, your favorite?
Oh, gosh.
Your favorite part of the trailer, right?
Yeah, when she strips naked,
Yeah.
dances across the hall.
I thought that I really liked that trailer because it wasn't just like a compilation, right, or a combination of different scenes.
Yeah.
It actually was a scene. You know what I mean? That you got you got to watch it play out, and I like the little creepy things that happen: the staring, the peeking from behind the door, the dancing,
the awkward
into the
silence.
Yeah, all of it. Like they did a really good job with that. Andy Muskie Spaghetti, or Muschietti for those who probably think that's the real way to say it, recently dropped it. The movie's 2 hours and 45 minutes, theatrical cut.
Yeah.
Woo.
That's a long movie.
That's a long movie. And so he said that he's shown it a few times, right? He says it's well paced and he's gotten zero complaints about the runtime because of the pacing, which is awesome. I mean, let's be honest. We sat through. You watched Avengers how many times in theaters?
Once.
once,
Yeah.
and you survived all 3 hours and 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I watched it 5 times. 2 hours and 45 minutes isn't gonna deter me
Yeah.
from going to watch a movie. So, but with that being said, what I am more intrigued about is that he said that the 2:45 runtime is trimmed down from the 4-hour cut that they had. 4-hour finished cut.
That's a lot of extra stuff.
Yeah, that
A
is.
lot of extra stuff.
Yep. And he's saying that the director's cut, I think, is going to include all 4 hours.
So I'm curious as to what exactly they cut for the theatrical.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I mean, that's
an hour and 15 minutes of
yeah.
footage. It just
of
like
extra footage.
Yeah.
Come on now.
yeah. And if it was all pertinent to the story, because he said that they filmed the movie, right? They had it all put together, and then they
Yeah.
were like, all right, well then now we got to trim it because we can't put it in theaters at 4 hours.
Yeah, because they put them back. They filmed them back to back, right?
No.
No?
This one actually had a lull in between.
Did
Yeah.
it? Oh,
Real quick side note, one thing that I did learn recently, and for those who don't know already about Avengers Endgame, spoilers, I guess, Smart Hulk was actually in Infinity War, and they cut him out because they felt it was
Really?
rushed. Yeah. So the digital version dropped.
Yeah.
Well, technically today.
yeah.
And so I've been watching it with commentary, and I learned that while listening to it.
Really
Yeah. Very interesting. Yep. They
I
said
think
that
it's good that they didn't have them.
that scene that was in the trailer
Yeah.
of Hulk
Him running?
Yep, that was Smart Hulk.
Really?
Yeah. I haven't finished it all in watching it with the commentary, but I definitely will. They've got some pretty cool little.
That would have
extras
been a weird. Yeah, that would have been really rushed.
They said
to get
it-
him to
that-
the smart
that whole
Hulk
arc,
point. Yeah.
The whole arc was actually at some point. I guess he like comes to grips with it all.
Yeah, he's like, we got to start working together, buddy.
Yep,
Yeah.
turns into Smart Hulk, and then tells, and then at some point, I guess, what's her name, Scarlet Witch,
Yeah.
Scarlet Widow.
Yeah. Black Widow?
Yeah, Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson.
Yes.
I'm combining so many things.
I knew what you meant.
Thanks. I guess she does the whole, sun's
Sun's getting real
sun's
low.
getting real low, yeah. And he like stops her and was all like, Natasha, it's okay, like we don't need to do that.
Yeah.
And then they kind of take off.
Huh.
I was like, oh, I guess it would have been interesting to see, but either way, I think they
I
made the
preferred
better
it,
choice.
Yeah, without him.
Yep. I think they did a better job holding off.
Because it made that lull in between. It gave him 5 years to kind of try to get peace with himself. And
Exactly. It made sense that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoiler if you haven't seen the movie.
Yeah. Tony dies at the end.
Ooh.
I said spoiler.
Yeah.
It's kind of all over everything at this point.
It is.
There's a version that you can watch with an intro that actually has like a goodbye to Stoney.
The Stony?
To Stoney.
Nice.
But the Tony before the movie actually kicks off.
Gotcha.
It was a nice little send off.
I didn't notice the. Did you notice the change with the Marvel Studios intro?
That they doesn't
The
highlight
characters
the
that were
10
snapped.
Oh no,
They don't appear.
they don't really.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
put that in
funny.
the thread. You can see it side by side.
Oh okay.
Yeah, so like Black Panther, Scarlet Witch, and stuff like that.
I
Their
didn't
scenes
see that
don't
at all.
appear.
That's funny. Yeah, we'll have to take a look at that. Man, I've been missing a lot.
Yeah, you have.
Mm.
It's like you got another job or something.
Work is killing me. Anyways, but back to it. The 2 hour 45 runtime, again, not afraid of it whatsoever.
No,
I like the trailer that they've released so far.
I mean
I'm
the
looking-
original series was like a mini series that lasted how many
You're right.
days?
I think that was 4 as well. No,
Something.
maybe I'm thinking the stand.
The
No, it
stand was like a week.
The stand was actually, and I think we've confirmed this. I think it was 4 days.
Yeah.
Like, and that was pretty.
It was
good.
long.
I started to watch it again.
Yeah.
I put it on the play. I watched maybe the first 5-6 minutes, the intro.
Oh,
And then I was
great
like,
intro.
all right, I'm going to have to come back to this. But anyways, looking forward to it chapter 2. I think that's going to be a lot of fun, which I think is weird. Adam's the horror guy, and so I find it interesting that the movies that I still think are falling under the horror umbrella,
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I'm enjoying these. He's kind of like, it's not really horror. It's kind of a,
It's like Jaws. Is Jaws really horror?
yeah. Whatever, man. Horror, suspense.
It is Shark Week.
Is it?
Well, it would have been Shark Week last week.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Because this is,
Yeah.
Man, the way these things are falling.
No kidding.
Guillermo del Toro. How is it that Adam said this before? He butchered his first name, right?
Yeah, he did.
It wasn't Guillermo. No, he said it wasn't him. It wasn't Guillermo del Toro.
No?
It was Joaquin Phoenix. That's whose name he butchered.
Yeah.
But Guillermo del Toro, who did Hellboy 1, 2, who did Pan's Labyrinth, who also did, what else did he
Blade 2.
do? Blade. He did do Blade 2.
Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim. God. The first one's so good. I caught a glimpse of the second one again the other day, and I was like, trash.
I haven't seen the second one yet. I just steered
It's
clear.
so bad. John Boyega couldn't save that.
He tried.
Yeah, he did.
He tried his damnedest.
Not even what's his name's son either. Eastwood. Eastwood's boy's in there.
Is he?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh well. Guillermo del Toro is getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, which is, I think, well deserved.
Yeah.
I don't
He's
think
done great work. I love his use of practical effects.
Yeah. He does amazing real world stuff, and even just to accent with, I don't think his CG looks terrible. You know what I mean? That like to kind of
No.
build on what's there, you know, physically.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen the new Hellboy, but the trailers look like there was way too much CG, and that's coming from like, think about Hellboy 2, where there was a gigantic like squid monster,
Yeah.
and you know, like that still looked more believable than this. So this movie comes out years later. How many steps forward in CGI have
and that's the
taken?
thing. A lot of people just grow so dependent on CG, where he would try to do a lot of stuff practical and use CG the way I think is better to accentuate.
Yep.
See, and that's the funny part. When CG is done well, you don't even notice.
Yep. Yeah.
And that's how you can tell that the CG wasn't done well on the new Hellboy.
Yeah. You know what was great CG that completely caught me by surprise?
What's that?
In Infinity War, when Stark is, or when the what are these two aliens? The guy that prays and the big, bulky one, when they first arrive in New York. And
You're talking about Ebony Maw and
Yes.
Cull Obsidian?
Cull Obsidian, yes,
Yeah.
that one. So when those two arrive, that Tony Stark runs outside of the Sanctum, right?
Sanctorum.
Storm. There we go. Yeah, I didn't want to fumble it either. But he runs outside of there, and then he stops up against a building and kind of peeks around the corner.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of stuff. That entire building behind him is green screen. Like,
Yeah, and that's the funny part. You'll see a lot of the stuff where
Crazy.
all this is green screen.
Yeah.
Like in Far From Home,
Yeah.
when he's in that big tower and everything, all of that's
CG.
the only thing. The wall is the only thing that's actually there because he runs up against it. Everything else CG.
It's CG. That's crazy. And you're right. That's a sign of great CG work when you can't tell that that was what they did.
Yep.
Awesome.
I think for me, the movie that I didn't realize had as much CG in it was the one with Joseph Gordon-Levitt when he's a bike messenger.
Oh yes,
So many of the cars and everything are CG.
CG.
I was like, never
Yeah.
would have guessed it.
And I've got and I haven't seen that film yet, but I want to watch it just because of that.
It's actually a decent movie.
This is it's one of those things that I think they do really well with cars because when you I watched all of the behind the scenes of like Matrix Reloaded.
Yeah.
All right, the second one.
Premium Rush. That's the name of the movie.
That is the name. And so when I went back and watched all the behind the scenes for the Matrix Reloaded, right, like that highway, how many cars were actually on that highway?
Yeah.
There weren't that many.
No.
And when then you look at how many are flying by and zipping through, I thought they did really good work there.
Yeah.
But then again, they did build a couple mile long highway for it. So again, that's one of those where there were practical elements there, and they kind of built off of that.
Yeah.
So
And
not
it's
bad.
usually done really well when they do that.
yeah.
Heck, a lot of these car commercials, it's not actually even
It's
the
not-
car.
Yeah, it's just the four wheels on
Yeah.
whatever, and then they build the CG car on top
Yeah.
of it, cutting corners and everything. That's crazy.
And it blows my mind. But go on.
Buy this car. But Del Toro's getting a star, well deserved. That's not a huge surprise whatsoever.
Steve Irwin just got a star.
Did he?
Yeah.
When did I didn't see that.
Pretty
posted
recent. I
anywhere.
saw like his wife and his two kids were there to present for him.
Nice, and they don't put their hands on those, right? No.
No.
That's just their name on the
No.
gold star, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I think Irwin's one of those like world wide beloved
Yeah.
people or whatever. So
Yeah.
zero issues there. I feel like even if I jokingly say something bad about him, I might cause a riot.
Oh yeah.
So
Exactly.
good for them. What are you looking at? What are you
Oh, I was
at there?
checking our time.
Oh, gotcha. We're doing good.
Yeah,
honestly.
we're doing really good.
All right. Let's switch this to Thor, since we talked so much about Marvel. Love and Thunder is the fourth
Fourth
Thor film.
Thor film.
The first MCU film to hit its third sequel.
Yeah.
Iron Man stopped at 3. Hulk never got it.
Hulk never really took off. But
Cap got his 3.
yeah. And the thing is, like, all of Cap's films, the first one was, the second one got a little bit bigger, and then his third one was practically an Avengers film.
It was Civil War. Yeah. And I didn't realize that it was the same writers for all of those movies. It's the same 2 writers for all the Avengers films.
Yeah.
And Infinity War and
Russo? Wait,
and
is it the
Endgame.
Russos?
Not the Russos.
No.
They're the directors.
He only
for,
directed, he ain't right?
Yep.
Okay.
But the actual writers, they wrote Cap the First Avenger.
That's why
the Winter
went
Soldier.
so well together.
Yep. Winter
Makes
Soldier,
sense.
Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame. They
It's
wrote
not
all
like
those.
getting J.J. Abrams to do a film and then have him set up a bunch of stuff and then have some other jerk come in and just ruin it. It's not like that.
Oh,
It'd be a
man,
shame
that's
if they
good.
did that to another big franchise. That would
Why?
be a shame.
Why would anyone do that? Like,
I don't
that's
know. It
stupid.
just doesn't make any sense.
They
That would
wouldn't-
be the
no.
dumbest thing ever.
Hundreds of millions of dollars spent, right, to make it a thing,
Yeah.
and then to reverse
And
it. Just
let's throw it all away? Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
that'd be dumb. That'd be real dumb.
I couldn't imagine them doing
Yeah.
anything like
Hopefully
that.
nobody
That's
does.
just ridiculous.
Hopefully nobody screws it up. But well,
One can only hope.
I should have looked her name up. So the lady that plays the girl that plays Lady Sif,
Yeah.
she recently spoke out because part of, I guess, the plot synopsis, or at least I guess part of what's going to be the plot for Thor: Love and Thunder, is that Jane, right, Natalie Portman,
Jane Foster.
Jane Foster, thank you, ends up actually
wielding Mjolnir.
Yeah,
Which makes me question, how did they get Mjolnir back?
good question.
I don't know much about Thor comics. I know there was a thing with him. 'Cause Jane Foster ended up being Thor for a little while. I know that much.
So maybe it's not the hammer, but maybe she'll be wielding.
Stormbreaker?
Yeah, God, that thing's huge. She's so small. But that's one of the big things. And then the other is that Valkyrie is going to end up looking for her queen.
Yeah.
To continue to rule Asgard. So the one thing that I like from that is that Thor doesn't just go back to Asgard.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, why that they didn't just like hand off the torch at the end of one movie and then jump forward and be like, all right, and Thor's back. No. He's got his own thing going on. So
Exactly. He's
but
the dude.
Lady Sif definitely wants. She said that she'd be up to play the supposed queen for her, which I mean, I feel like at this point, Lady Sif and all of those guys. I mean, most of them were killed.
Yeah.
But they're kind of out of the picture.
Yeah. Jamie
Why bring 'em back?
Alexander.
That's her name.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Thank you, sir.
She's on that show Blind Spot.
Oh, is she?
Yep.
Oh,
And I think it's kind of funny that Natalie Portman actually came back because she dogged the crap out of working for Marvel.
Yep.
I know Idris Elba did too.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he did.
That's
He said
funny.
he doesn't like doing it, but I mean, he's out.
Yeah, he is.
But the fact that Natalie Portman came back because she wasn't even in
Yeah.
Endgame.
I think she did some work with Watiti.
Taika.
And I think that's why I'm pretty sure that's a huge reason why she's coming back.
Really?
Yep.
Because he's awesome.
Yeah, he really is. I finally I know we spoke about it last episode, but I actually watched the full the trailer again for Jojo Rabbit.
Oh my god! I actually sat and watched it.
It's hilarious.
Yes, it is.
The end bit where he's all like, they told me that he's crazy, he's gonna get people killed.
Yeah.
Like I was dying. I watched it
Yeah.
a couple times. It's
Because is that him in?
him-
Okay, he
he's
is playing Adolf.
Yep. Yeah, Adolf.
Yeah,
Yeah, Adolf Lundgren.
yeah.
Lundgren, whatever, man. You haven't seen this, but Halloween was released. Was this last year?
Yes.
2018, right? Yeah.
I want to say it's 2018. Yes.
Yeah. So Halloween was
Jamie Lee
a
Curtis came
sequel, whatever. Yeah, exactly. Where Jamie Lee Curtis came back to the franchise. I watched this one in theaters, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm not a big horror fan.
Yeah, because this jumps back and erases anything after Halloween 2, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's exactly what it was. It Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
It just jumps forward and says, hey, well, this is, now he's been in prison or whatever the heck. And of course he finds his way out. It was a pretty good movie. I really enjoyed it.
Do you see him unmasked?
In Halloween? No.
No.
He keeps the mask on. Some brutal kills. And I don't think I realized how brutal they were.
Oh, yeah. Michael Myers was always pretty brutal. But that's the thing that blows my mind because he was always a normal dude.
Yeah.
Like how can he do all this? And now, if you think about it, he's going to be a dude in his, 60s, 70s?
Yeah. My man was in prison, and he was making sure he took advantage of recess time. That's what happened.
So he was just working out and stuff.
The whole time.
Gotcha. Getting just diesel.
Yeah. It was a good movie, though. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The writer, or one of the writers, he's one of two. I just before we started recording, I said that I'm glad. Yeah. Oh my gosh, he's on that HBO show, the baseball one. He was on This Is the End. Danny McBride.
Boom. Oh, that's right. He did write this.
Yes, he did. And
I forgot about that.
Yeah, and so he's coming back. I think that was some of the fear, is that they greenlit a sequel before the first one was even fully out yet.
I'm not surprised.
And I guess rumor at the time was that McBride wasn't going to be able to come back because he had other stuff in the pipeline. But he is, and they're filming them back to back. It's Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. And McBride confirmed that this is no indication that the franchise is done, for Michael Myers after those two. Those are just, the names of those films. And that'll make sense, I guess, in regards to the whole story.
Okay.
So, I definitely recommend giving Halloween a watch. I'm not going to spoil anything. Some brutal kills. They did a good job with suspense in some areas. It definitely felt like 80s horror. You know what I mean? Where you can tell when something's about to happen. Yeah. And there's some really funny lines in there.
Serves me right. Adam wasn't really a big fan of it, right?
Yeah, I don't think he enjoyed
said it wasn't
as
really
much.
Horror.
I think it was that, and then the idea that he said that even though it tried to feel like it was 80s or whatever, like that old school vibe, he said that it didn't quite nail that. So, but we'll have to check. Adam?
Hopefully with all this, we get Flappy Bird back.
Oh, okay.
All right.
That's an interesting viewpoint.
Yeah. Thanks, Adam. So I'm keeping my eye out on that. When McBride was out, I kind of just dropped it off my radar. I was like, all right, I'm not interested anymore. But he did a good job with it, so I'm glad he's back. So let's talk about one that I think you and I are both kind of excited about here.
The Black Widow movie.
You disrespectful mother. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers might get an animated series, according to Austin St. John, who played the original Red Ranger. Yeah. I think it's a cool idea. I don't watch much cartoons, and there's only one that I think I've referenced over and over in this episode. We were going to do a contest, right, to give away the I Love Digital Hugs shirt.
Yeah.
And you said you wanted it, so they're going to put in a review?
Yeah.
Where at?
Oh, they need to do a 5-star rating and a written text review.
Okay. We're going to do this, right?
Yeah.
Right now we're going to put together the rules of the contest, and we're going to drop a code word at some point later on in this episode.
Yeah.
In a code word, or should I have them just mention or just put in the name of the cartoon the only cartoon that I've mentioned on here that I watch no matter what?
Oh, yeah.
You know which one it is?
I know
right?
exactly which one it is.
I think that's good, right?
That works.
A written text review, and
Yeah.
then in that review, mention the animated series that the only cartoon series I watch now as an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. All
Yeah.
right. Those are your rules.
Yeah.
Go out there and win yourself a shirt. It's large.
Good luck.
It's a shirt for you or a friend. It doesn't come in any other size. So
Exactly.
we hope you enjoy it.
Where is a cape? Where is a bib?
Maybe it's a little bit of both. If you cut
Exactly.
it just right.
You could dream it. You can do it.
And because of that, you are it. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, though, if they brought back all the original voice actors, I think that'd be amazing. I'd probably watch the first season.
I'd watch it, depending on what it's on.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Depending on what it's on.
Because if it's on Disney Kids, that's not going to happen. Disney Junior or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm out.
And I don't think it will be because I don't think Disney has any claims to it anymore. So with Hasbro controlling the property, it has an opportunity to be pretty good. It will probably end up being on something like Cartoon Network.
So I was going to ask, what do you think, right? Whether it's going to be like cable, whether it's going to be like a YouTube thing, or if it's going to be like, the one at subscription,
They'd be smart
Hulu,
if they put it on
Netflix,
Netflix
or whatever.
They would be smart.
I think they'd be smart if they put it on Netflix too.
Yeah.
I think wide range or mass appeal.
Yeah, and the rest of the Power Ranger stuff is on Netflix already.
Yeah.
And I mean, a lot of the animated series on Netflix have been doing well.
Yeah.
If Thundercats in 2014 was on Netflix, it'd probably still be on. It would have probably finished.
Yeah.
Look at Voltron.
She-Ra's coming back, isn't? Or coming? Not coming.
She's
back.
already. I think she's getting her second season.
Oh, is it released already?
Yeah, it already came out.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
Oops. Oops again. But you're right. If it was on Netflix, I'd probably jump on board. I know that we've gotten a little annoyed with how all these like subscription based whatever, like keep coming out.
Yes.
Everyone keeps releasing or whatever. But what I do like is that the content that some of these guys are pushing is getting better and better, and there's more stuff that actually makes me want to go watch.
Yeah. I'm noticing a lot of them, they're, especially if it's on like Netflix and stuff, they know that they're going to get this time allotted.
Yeah.
It's not like the slow drip. Are we going to get canceled after 2
Yeah,
episodes?
exactly.
It's like we can actually have a fleshed out story that lands over however many episodes.
Yeah. Like one of them that I enjoy on Netflix is Big Mouth, which you totally need to watch.
Yeah.
That just got renewed for seasons 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
And it's a very entertaining show. Like, I think it's pretty funny.
Voltron has 8 seasons.
Whew, I didn't know it got big that big
I mean,
already.
later on, the seasons were shorter. They're like 6 episodes.
Gotcha.
But it's actually, it has a beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah.
It was
Nice.
able to end and actually have the continuous arc.
Yeah. That's awesome. Like I said, it sucks that so many subscription things are becoming are flooding the market, but it's good to see that the actual content though is being pushed. They're not just like sitting back like, well, sign up if you want to or don't. I don't care.
Exactly. They're making the use of what they got.
Yup.
And they're smart about it.
Yup. Anyways, so another show that might be coming to live action.
Yes.
Say it. Say it.
You're a vampire. Sorry. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
I said
Teenage Mutant
take with
Ninja
a
Turtles.
huge grain of...
Himalayan grain of salt.
Yeah.
Pink Himalayan grain of salt
Yes.
is what it said. Yeah. An actual live action series.
And like in the vein of the original 90s movie.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. What's going to make this or break this for me is the costumes.
Oh, hands down.
If these
Hands
things
down.
look cheesy, I don't care how good the writing is. I won't
mean,
watch it.
Jim Henson, they're already doing Dark Crystal.
They are.
Just use some of that
and that's
money.
a series I don't care about. And
Yeah.
that looks
It looks
great.
phenomenal.
Yeah, it does.
Just use some of that and make the suits.
Let's do it. Do it big.
Boom.
Yeah.
Animatronics.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah. It would be because
Worth.
that's the biggest thing, man. Because if all of a sudden they look off, no matter how close the voices are, no
Yeah.
matter, it's just like it's. And I'm hoping they do go practical and not CG.
Yeah.
So.
Maybe do CG if they have like them flipping through the city from like afar.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Instead of just throwing a dummy,
Yeah.
arms flailing.
Weekend at Bernie's. But when they're having up close and stuff like that, just
Yeah.
have practical suits.
Yeah.
They did it before.
You've got 2 movies that I think still hold up. If I'm being completely honest with
Yeah.
you.
One was the only reason the second one doesn't hold up as well is just because all the parents just bitching.
Yeah. Ooh.
We can use that.
Yeah, we can. I still enjoy the second one. I don't care what y'all say.
I
Did
don't mind it.
Did I mention I study martial arts? Oh, Kino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dreaming. What I do, I'll dream of something a little bit lighter.
Every time I watch the intro of that movie, I
Yeah.
want pizza bad.
Oh, hands down, man.
It looks amazing.
When they're arresting that guy and they're eating
a pizza. Like every slice of pizza in that whole scene
it
looks
looks
amazing.
delicious.
It does every time. There's one other scene that actually makes me really hungry when I see it,
What?
and I don't know if you'll know it. Maybe if I make the
The certified
I'm gonna-
pre-fight
I'm gonna
donuts. Is that from the movie? Oh, when they were talking about making the stuff to turn Toka and Razor back?
Oh no, no. This is a different movie.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Ninja Turtles.
No,
still.
not Ninja Turtles. It's a different movie. I'm trying to give hints to see if you can name it. There's a food fight, but the food's not there initially.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Hook.
Oh. Dude, I think the last time... I've never actually finished the entire movie.
You're a monster.
I've seen a lot of it.
What are you trying to do? Commit genocide here? Like, what? Why would you go this far?
I know. Seriously.
So there is a scene where they're all at the table or whatever, and none of the food's actually there.
Yeah.
Robin Williams is starving because of the whole day of trying to learn to fly.
Yeah.
And they're and so they're all at the table, like, and he's like, "Where's the food?" And he's all mad. Rufio, of course, telling him eat, quit being such a chicken, and throws a plate in his face. And finally, at some point, he takes a spoon, and everyone's laughing because he's actually like ripping on him. And then he flings it, and sure enough, the multicolored pudding or whatever slaps him in the face.
That's awesome.
And I was like, oh! And then when it pulls back, there's like a full, cooked
A
turkey
feast,
and all kind, everything everywhere. And I was like, I'm hungry now.
Yeah.
Well, good food. So. But now that we've lost our way, let's come back. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
If done right, man, I'm pulling for it.
Yeah,
I am pulling for
I
it.
am pulling for it. And as much as I did actually kind of enjoy the films done by whatever Michael Bay's company,
Did you? I'm sorry.
even with that, I hope Michael Bay's not involved. You know
I'd
what I mean?
rather
I
watch
think,
Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3 than those movies.
That's nasty. Or what?
Or Twilight.
We
We did what? Me and the live studio audience, we watched Twilight and had wine coolers
Harsh.
instead of watching the second Turtles movie.
Yeah, she said, or Twilight.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and shift gears to a movie that bombed before it even got a chance. Alita, Battle Angel.
That's unfortunate.
Did you ever get to watch it?
No, not
Are
yet.
you familiar with the source material?
A little bit, yes.
Explain it, because I don't know much, but I did watch the movie.
I know she's a robot. Some scientist or something, he finds her, rebuilds her, and doesn't she end up being like a combat robot? Either she gets a body that's like a combat robot and starts a revolution.
So close.
Yeah.
From what I understand here, she initially was actually like this super elite fighting robot thing from like
Mega Man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Super fighting robot.
They got shut down because they had already started a revolution against the government who was like screwing people over.
Yeah.
Her body got torn apart, and then the scientist guy finds it, puts her together, and then realizes what she is, who she is, and then she starts the whole revolution thing again.
Gotcha.
Movie.
Revolution.
The movie ends right when you thought it was starting, and that's crazy when it's, I think, over 2 hours long. Some interesting CG work. I can't say it was great. With
did
motion,
Jim Cameron lose his touch?
with motion capture being what it is, right? Like, I can appreciate the work that went behind it. Like, you can see some pretty cool stuff, but overall, it just, there was something about Avatar that worked that didn't work here.
I still don't think Avatar worked that great.
Well, you're thinking about story. I'm saying on like CG level. Like, when you look at the technical
Big blue
aspects
cat
of
people.
and there was weight to those characters, and even the world that they were in that were just a bit more believable than what this was. But Rosa Salazar, who played the title character, she said recently, I think because of Comic-Con, that she would play Alita to her last breath. And she's like, and because of the advancements in CG, she thinks that's completely possible. This movie's not going to get a sequel.
Which is unfortunate.
It bombed. It bombed hard.
Just like Ghost in a Shell. I loved Standalone Complex. I loved Ghost in a Shell,
and they put some money into this one too. Like, that's what's crazy.
Well, I mean, it's James Cameron, bro.
No, I'm saying in Ghost in the Shell.
Oh yeah, they put a lot of money,
like
a lot at it.
And I watched the intro because I did purchase the original recently. The 20th, one of those special anniversary editions or whatever. And I watched that intro, and then I went and actually watched Ghost in the Shell intro, the live action intro, because it was on HBO.
Yeah.
And I mean, like,
it's almost shot for shot.
Yeah. They did a good job there, but it's crazy how bad that movie bombed.
Yeah.
It still made some money. 170 mil production, 404 box office. But on a movie that big, I think. Oh, that's for Alita. I'm sorry. Alita did 170 for budget and 404. I mean, it's not enough. I think advertising is what screwed it over. They spent
Ghost in the
hundreds.
Shell?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
for Alita.
Oh,
They. I'm trying to pull up Ghost in the Shell. For a lot of these movies, it's crazy that sometimes they spend more in advertising on $100 million project.
yeah.
So no, not 1995 film, 2017 film.
Let's see.
Right?
Budget was 110 million. Box office 169.8.
Whew, that had to hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't pay for anything.
No.
Oh well. Sorry, Rosa. Hopefully you find another project that'll appreciate your acting skills. So
Do another season of Man Seeking Woman.
was she on that?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's where I first heard of her.
Oh. We already knocked that one out. Hey, we're doing pretty good. How are we on time here?
35 minutes.
Dang. Okay.
I
we're not
know.
doing too terrible.
What do you think, Adam?
You know what's funny about that? This is the first time I thought about talking about Flappy Bird since we talked about it on Obscene Take.
You're crazy. Adam, you're crazy.
I was saying the same thing about Season of the Witch. That's crazy.
Something better have made its way there. You mark that time or something. So I know what you did last summer is getting a TV series. And James Wan's directing the pilot.
Is it based off the trench scene in Aquaman?
Yeah, duh. That's the only way it's going to be scary. Let's be completely honest. What did you enjoy the original? I know what you did last summer. Did you watch them?
I watched them.
Yeah.
They were. I enjoyed the first one.
I'm not talking about Jennifer Love Hewitt. I'm talking about the movie.
She wasn't in. Oh wait,
Right.
no. I was thinking Scream.
I
did watch
You're
them.
thinking about Nev Campbell.
Yeah. Jennifer
Not
Love
Nev
Hewitt.
Campbell.
I did watch all of those.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
What was his name? Mekhi Phifer? Is he the one that got killed like in the third one? Him and Brandy?
I think so. Yeah, yeah.
Stupid
Oh
movie.
yeah, that's right.
I enjoyed the first two of those. That third one not so much. But these movies came out when I was a teenager. Of course I had a crush on Jennifer Love Hewitt. She was,
Everyone did.
Yeah, exactly. America's sweetheart.
Even on
That.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
10 Things I Hate About You.
Nev
Yeah.
Campbell. Yeah, exactly. Nev Campbell was the star of Scream. Those
Yep.
movies were interesting enough. But the idea of this getting a show, I think the Scream TV series actually is somewhat successful. Didn't
It
MTV
already
have
ended,
it?
right?
But then it started up again. I think
Did it?
on another channel. I think it.
That I did not
I think
know.
it lived and breathed like 2 seasons on MTV, and then VH1 gave it a 3rd season, something like that, or it's being reboot. Scream TV series. Yeah, I know, right?
You're just ruining my evening.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. Scream. Oops, not screw. I typed that in wrong.
Let's see.
Scream TV series. There it
3
is.
seasons.
Yep.
Wow.
30 episodes. Oh, executive producer Harvey Weinstein for season 1 and 2. Woo!
Yeah, original network MTV season 3 was on VH1.
On VH1. Hey, see? They switched it. So, these I guess movies kind of found a second life, and so with James Wan directing, I mean, cool. I still have zero interest in watching it though. Like,
No, I'm good.
I don't get why they brought these back. I guess I can understand that the killer's iconic, right?
Is he,
Ghostface, I think is.
And Scream, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But I know what you did
the
last summer.
fisherman
it was
hook?
Yeah, the fisherman with the ice pick.
Yeah. Was it an ice pick? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
I was like, but it was on a hook. You're right, but it's
Yeah.
to move the ice. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was
Yeah.
Freddie Prinze
Yeah.
Jr.,
Yeah.
Jennifer Love Hewitt, Michelle. I almost said Michelle Branch. I was like,
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
There you go.
And who was the last one? Wasn't there 4 of them?
Wait, before you verify it here, Freddie Prinze Jr., Sarah Michelle Gellar, Jennifer Love Hewitt, and yes, there was another guy, Ryan Phillippe, was in the first one.
Was it Ryan Phillippe?
Yep. Verify for me.
Cruel Intentions.
Yep. Yeah, I still love Cruel Intentions. I don't care what anyone says.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that movie's great. But it was him in the first one. of course, that character got swapped out in the second one because he died. He was, right?
Pulling it up. Yep.
Hey!
That's crazy.
Yes, sir.
So long ago.
It was very, very long
Do you remember
ago.
when it came out?
I'm going to say 1993.
No.
Way
not
later?
that long.
97?
97.
I knew it had to be one or the other. I was like, it was 3 years in or 3 years out, like, you know, just before it was out. It was one of those two. So, yeah. Those are, it's still not worth a TV show, but, you know, whatever. Good for you, James Wan. James Wan's doing everything right now.
Hey, man. See whatever sticks.
Trench scene movie, Aquaman.
Whatever sticks.
I guess so.
Wow, there's a lot of people in this movie I didn't even realize were in this movie.
Oh, yeah? Who else?
Let's see. Anne Heche.
Oh, yeah, she was in
She
there.
was in it. Johnny Galecki from Big Bang Theory is in it.
Oh, yeah, I think he died, too. I think both of those people died, didn't
Yeah,
they?
yeah, he died. I didn't even realize that it was Ryan Phillippe.
Yes, sir.
Let's see.
I remember that. He was a jerk. He was the tough one. I was like, really? Really? This guy?
Bridget Wilson.
I know that name. What's
from
that face?
Billy Madison.
Oh, yeah. You say from Billy Madison, and I'm thinking more Mortal Kombat. She was Sonya.
Blade.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I thought she was hot in Billy Madison.
Yes, everyone did.
That's weird. She's so
You
weird.
didn't like her in Mortal Kombat as Sonya
Oh,
Blade?
yeah, I did. But she
About
was
the same?
hotter in Billy Madison.
She was.
Maybe it's that whole teacher thing.
I think so.
Huh, studio audience? Nothing. So either way, anyways, good luck there, guys. We'll see if that lasts a couple seasons, right?
More than likely, it'll
So.
get dropped off MTV and go into VH1. And then they'll make the BET version.
Oh, that's good. That's funny.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how that turns
That
out.
would be fantastic.
That would. You know, one of my
It'd play
favorite.
out right after the Wayans Brothers
Who-
and the Jamie Foxx show.
It wasn't Kanye. It was Jay-Z. Was it Jay-Z that did a video where Gerard Carmichael, it's an all-black cast of Friends, and
I
they
don't know
reenact.
this.
You haven't seen this?
No.
So they reenact an entire scene like from Friends, right? And it's Ross getting ready for like this award that he's gonna get. Well, we'll watch it after, so that way you
Yeah.
can see them. Props to the casting, and then for the reenactment, mannerisms, like delivery of the lines and everything, like they were on point. And this was a few
It
years
was
ago.
Jay-Z
Yeah, it was, right? Okay.
for the song Moonlight.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. So, but it's amazing. Like it was amazing the way that they put it all together, and all the actors, of course, they're all black actors,
Yeah.
and they were all I think relevant at the time. Like they're all pretty famous people. I think Gerard Carmichael is like I don't know. He's one of my favorite actors /
On
writers.
the Carmichael show.
Yeah. And he's I think an underutilized talent, but we'll see how his future plays out.
How did I totally miss this?
Yeah. It's good. Like it is good. And from someone who's watched Friends as many times as I have, like I watched
Tiffany
it.
Haddish is Phoebe.
Yeah, and I was all like, "Whoa, what?" So
How did I not know about this? I'm just looking at the
the
cast.
cast,
and,
right?
Like, look, Tessa Thompson, your favorite. She's Monica. Let's see. Issa Rae is Rachel.
Yeah.
Lil Ray Howery, he's
Oh, was he
played
Joe?
over Joey and Ross.
Yeah.
That's wow. Okay.
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 It's good. Like I said, it's good. It was well done. Like that's one of those things that it just like it's one of those things that you never knew you always wanted to see, and it was like, all right, I like this.
Yeah.
So, so we've got a couple little surprises here towards the end. Not surprises, but I guess more so spoiler-free like discussions, right?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about Stranger Things season 3, right? That's the most recent one.
Stranger
Season 3.
Things 3.
Stranger Things season 3. Again, spoiler-free, so don't worry. You don't have to go run off. We're not going to ruin anything for you. And then we're going to talk about The Boys, which was recently released on Amazon. But let's start off with which one do you want to do here? Let's do Stranger Things.
Sure.
All right, Stranger Things season 3 on Netflix. They released it July 4th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Starring a whole bunch of kids and a guy.
Yeah.
Winona Ryder's on the show too.
Matarazzo, he's my favorite.
Yeah, everyone likes that kid.
Dustin's awesome.
Dustin, that's his name.
Yeah, David Harbour.
Yeah. It's this show's well casted.
Yeah.
The kids are definitely the strongest casting choices.
Yeah.
I enjoyed some of the actors that I didn't like previously, or didn't like,
characters?
but didn't care for. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Some of their characters so much. But
Any particular standouts?
I did enjoy what's the ice cream
Steve?
is that his name?
Steve the Hair Harrington?
Yeah, him. I thought that was a character that I like didn't care about whatsoever. I think he stood out this season. Obviously, he played
I
a
liked
larger part.
him and Robin.
Yeah, I thought that was a
her
good
character
dynamic.
was awesome.
Yeah,
See, I started liking Steve's character at the end of the first season,
Yeah.
but season 2 just solidified it
gotcha.
when he became their babysitter.
Yeah. It was this season, and this isn't so much a spoiler, but it was his first interaction with Dustin. It's
Yeah.
when he saw
Oh,
him.
yeah.
I couldn't help but smile. You know what I mean? Like they did it so well. You
It
ever
was very honest.
think about? Yeah, I was about to say. Think about whenever you watch like one of your favorite shows, right? And in between seasons, like when you come back for the next season, that when all the characters, it's always a soft reintroduction of kind of what
yeah.
happened previously or
Yeah.
whatever is going on
This
there.
is where we're at now.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's one of those things that like it very much reminded me of that. Like that feel good, you know what I mean? Like that you get from that show being back, like, and I'm not even a huge fan of Stranger Things. Like it's
No.
not in my top anything. Top
No.
20, top 30, no. I respect the work that goes into it. I think
Yeah.
they do a great job. And it's the acting where it was, especially this season, I think it was my favorite so far.
It was the first season's still the best one for me,
Yeah.
and then this season.
Okay. Going into it, right? Were you riding a high from season 2, or were you weary about it?
I was at 0,
Okay.
honestly,
All right.
because enough time had passed from season 2
Mm-hmm.
where I actually don't even remember a lot of season 2. I just remember it wasn't
Me
as
either.
good.
Yeah.
I just know that Dacre Montgomery was his name.
Yeah. The Red Ranger.
Yeah, just shaved that mustache. The former Red Ranger.
Yeah,
'cause
former Red Ranger.
Let's be honest, he's probably not coming back.
Yeah, probably not.
His character, that mustache, has to go.
Yeah,
It's got
it's
to
so
go.
pervy looking.
Yeah. And it was a weird transition for me because a lot of the ancillary characters, I didn't remember their names
Yeah.
or remember the relationships,
Yeah.
except for the main 4
Yeah.
and then 11.
Makes sense. And 11. Yeah, of course. Of
But-
course.
Everyone hit that weird growth spurt and looked really weird.
Yeah. I think they did a good job of capturing more the. I remember, like in the '90s, like when your shorts were just a little too short.
Yeah,
your
they
parents
were-
yeah.
They were riding way high.
Yeah.
High water shorts. I didn't know it was a thing, but
But some great stuff. Do you have a moment that like was your favorite out of the entire season that you can talk about without spoiling?
probably nothing I can really talk about without spoiling. I will just say one thing. This season reminded me a lot of like a whole bowl of cobbler. It was cobbler
Peach cobbler?
everywhere. Raspberry cobbler.
Well, I've never
everywhere.
had that. Peach.
It, Yeah, or like a
Cherry
cherry.
cobbler,
It was
okay.
just like they took some cobbler and it was everywhere. Once you watch the season, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. But it's just so much cobbler everywhere.
Gotcha.
Not the ones who work on shoes. Just
Yeah.
yeah.
Gotcha. There's a song in this season that ends up being sang at some point.
Yeah.
I think the live studio audience knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
Favorite part, hands down, and it's because, of course, it makes reference to a movie.
Oh, yes. I will have to agree with you.
Hands down. As soon as it started happening, I was like, "Oh my god, yes!" You know what it reminded me of? It's that sheer excitement when that episode of Leftovers
Yes.
starts playing the intro to Perfect Strangers.
Yeah.
It's
like,
this
we have this
giggly
going on,
excitement.
But
Yeah,
this is also happening.
Yep.
And this is okay.
Yeah.
I'm happy with
it is.
this.
That's exactly it. So
Yeah.
loved it. That was hands down favorite moment. That doesn't matter.
That was
Everything
good.
else. No,
That was a really good part.
it was good. So.
Very good part.
But glad you enjoyed it. Studio audience, I'm assuming you enjoyed it as well. That's 2 thumbs up
Fat Rambo.
for both. What did you say?
Fat Rambo.
Fat Rambo.
Yeah.
I was like, Fat Rainbow? What the hell's a
No.
Fat Rainbow?
No, Fat Rambo.
Who's Fat Rambo? I
That
remember
was
the Terminator.
Yeah, there's Terminator, there's Fat Rambo, Yeah. I can't really go into it.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to see if I can remember before we
Yeah.
move on, but we're gonna have to come back to that. That and Black Friends.
yeah.
Were those two things.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just wanted to touch on this one. The Boys has actually, I think if you've been online at all, it's been getting
They've
hyped a
been
lot. They've been advertising a lot, and this is a
crap out of it. Carl
Amazon,
Urban's in it?
Amazon original. Carl Urban is in it. This is based off of a comic book, and Seth Rogen and what's this other idiot? The guys who did that. This is the end. They produced The Boys as well. What is his name?
Jay Baruchel?
No. I thought he was. Never mind. Oh, Evan Goldberg. There it is. Executive producer.
I was like,
Seth
don't know
Rogen
what
and
you're
Evan
talking
Goldberg. Those two. They were also the ones behind. I think not Priest. Is it Priest? Priest.
I know Seth Rogen has something to do with Priest. Yeah.
So it's both those guys.
Okay.
They also
It is?
produced
Okay.
Priest. And supposedly Priest is really good. I haven't seen it.
Yeah. I know at San Diego Comic-Con, Seth Rogen was having a panel. I think the final season of Priest is coming on.
Oh yeah.
And he fired shots at Game of Thrones ending.
Did he?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, he did.
Dang. That's
Say, I
funny.
do what I want. I'm Seth Rogen.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how to do his laugh.
There it is right there.
You son. Mother. So it's 8 episodes. It dropped all at once. Starring a whole bunch of people that you don't know, but except for
You don't know Jack Quaid?
No. There's a couple in here that you do. Jesse T. Usher, I think you're familiar with. Elizabeth Shue, obviously. But there's a character in here called Frenchie, I think is his name.
Mm-hmm.
Hands down, my favorite character. He's one of the boys or whatever. The show, I'm going to be honest with you, it wasn't what I expected it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watching the trailers for it, I think I had a certain type of show in mind. At least I expected it to follow some slightly different beats. And it took a different turn, and I wasn't mad at it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I was able to binge it all 8 hours. I knocked it out in a day. It was entertaining.
Okay.
It's very vulgar. There's
I know that was the thing that they were pushing.
nudity, blood, vulgar language, the whole bit. Like it's not for kids. This isn't one you can just easily my kid could, see it if they're not really paying attention. No, I'm good. Thank you, sweetie.
That's a smarty.
Whatever. Oh, dang, you took it away. So
Yeah.
Whatever smarty pays.
Exactly.
But it was a very entertaining show overall. I think they had some good casting choices here. Carl Urban, I thought was going to be hands down like my favorite part of the show.
I don't think I've ever been upset with him. And
He's not a bad actor.
No.
And he was part of the reason why I was sold on this. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, Carl Urban, he had that sci-fi show that got cut too early, but that's because it was like on ABC, where he was teamed up with a robot, like an android or whatever.
That's right. He was in that. I forgot about that
Yeah.
show.
I can't remember the name of it. But that show, I enjoyed, but that was one of those things that suffers from being, 22.
Almost Human.
Almost Human. There you go. Who was the cop? This dude, black dude, green eyes, that
You
everybody
mean
loves.
Michael Ealy?
Yes. Him.
He was the android.
He was the android. Yep. And that was a good pairing. I enjoyed that show. But again, that was what network was it on? Was it ABC? I think it was ABC. It has that look.
Fox.
Oh.
Yep, Fox.
Fuck.
Some cops are born. Others are made.
Ooh. Such a lame line. Anyways, but so because of that, it's all and I liked him in the short stint that he played on Thor. I liked him when he played Dredd. I think he does a great job as Bones McCoy.
Yep.
He's a good actor.
He was awesome in Thor Ragnarok as Scourge.
Yep.
Meet Des and Troy.
And Troy, yeah. But he's a good actor. So I thought that was going to be a given here. His character, not so much, not a character I loved. Frenchie is a very much scarred individual. I understood that level of crazy.
Yeah.
So that was a character that, as I watched the show, I'm like, this is one that, and I won't ruin it for you, but it's one of those characters that I cared for throughout from beginning to end.
Pete's Dragon.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that.
That was also.
I
Carl
forgot
Urban.
that. Was he in that?
Yeah, he plays Gavin.
Oh, that's funny. I still haven't seen that. I
haven't seen it
completely forgot that got released in theaters and then also, an actual release on Blu-ray.
Yeah, VHS and all that.
All that, yeah. Yeah, VHS. Anyways, that is actually all that I've got. I don't see any breaking topics, no breaking news here. Anything you wanted to close out with?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. Adam, anything?
I don't know. When I was gonna say when I showed up earlier, it was something. I am Adam at AdamAnalyzes.com and on Twitter. I tweet at Adam_analyzes.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for stopping by. We hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Remember, you can always find us on or at inouronestopinion.com. Remember to follow the contest rules. Name that animated series that I've mentioned in previous episodes. It's the only cartoon or modern cartoon that I watch.
Not to be mistaken with your favorite.
Yes, exactly right.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, there's a difference.
There is a difference. Remember to leave that in with the 5-star review. Let us know where you left that stuff at, or we'll probably see it anyway. What am I talking about?
And also call 2 people out in your review.
Yeah, do that. So
Just give them a big ol' shout out.
yeah. Tell them you love them. 3,000.
Yes.
I am Will. You can always find me on Twitter at KryptonsWill.
I'm Marvin. You can find me on Twitter at TheArtfulGent.
I'm Adam, and I'm not in this episode.
AdamAnalyzes.com.
AdamAnalyzes.com. You guys have a great night. We love you. See you.
Bye.
Bye.